So now let us see another example of using new and delete operator. In this example, you will also understand why this is important to use the delete operator along with the new operator. Okay, so in the previous examples, we saw the use of delete operator, but I also said that the memory will be automatically released when this program terminates. But here you will see another kind of situation where there is it is very necessary to use the delete operator. Okay, so let us create a class here, class str, and in this class let us create a pointer char star p. So this pointer is a pointer to character. Okay, so it will hold the address of a character. And in the public section, let us create the constructor, and this constructor is also having as an argument a character pointer. Okay, so it is a pointer to a character, and it means it can point to a single character or it can point to an array of characters. And array of characters means a string, so it can point to a string also. Okay, and here int length is equal to I think we need to use a header file C string, because we are performing these operations on strings, and this is a built-in function. I think it should work, string length, and it will give us the length of this string s. Okay, so s is actually a pointer to a character or pointer to many characters. That is, it is a pointer to a character or a pointer to a string. So whatever it is pointing to, it will give us the length of that memory, that string, or we can say. Okay, so then we will now allocate memory using the new operator whose address will be returned to p. Okay, so p is equal to new because this is a char, so we'll write char here, and then size is equal to length of the previous length which we've calculated in the previous statement, equal to the length of s plus 1 to hold the null character at the end. Okay, so memory has been allocated. Now we will copy the string s to string p. Okay, so in this way we are initializing the memory. And also note that this class string has only one member, that is a pointer to a character. Okay, so this pointer will hold the address of some memory which will be allocated using this constructor. And this memory which has been allocated here, this is not a part of this class. Okay, this is not a part of any object of this class. It will be somewhere outside this, outside the objects of this class. Okay, so let us define the destructor also, and inside the destructor we will free the memory which has been allocated, and because this is a string we will use the square braces, and also write a display function cout P. Okay. And here let us write the main function. The name of the class is str. Create an object s1, and here also we can use the new operator. Normally we create the object using this kind of a statement where we write the data type of the class, and then we write the object name. But we can also write is equal to new str. Okay, so here also we are using the new operator, and then uh, let us create a character string char star s is equal to, let us say, object oriented programming. Okay. So this is the string, and here we are, let us remove this statement from here, and as here write it here, str s1 is equal to new string, and here we pass this s. Okay, so this object oriented programming, the memory to this string will be reserved somewhere, and this s is actually a pointer to the base address of that memory, and here we are passing this address. So this address will be passed and it will be copied to this variable. This is also an address variable, this is also a pointer variable, so it means it is also pointing to the base address of this string. Okay, and then we calculate the length of this string, means the length of object oriented programming, and then we allocate memory somewhere else using the new operator, which is equal to the length of this string plus 1 for the null character at the end of the string, and the base address will be returned and stored in P. Okay, and now we are copying the contents of S to P using the string copy function. Okay, and now let us call s1 dot display, which will help us to read the contents of P, and at the end let us write return 0. So here this program will terminate, but before terminating this destructor will be called, and this destructor will release this memory which has been reserved using new operator. Okay, so here it is very important to use the delete operator, because when this program will end, then this object s1 which we have created here, it will be deleted automatically. The memory occupied by this operator, this object will be released. Okay, but we see that this is a dynamic constructor. The memory reserved inside this constructor is not a part of this object. This is outside this object. So we explicitly need to release this memory, because if we do not use this delete operator, this memory which has been reserved here, it will stay there. Okay, it will not be released, and therefore we need to use the delete operator explicitly in order to release any memory which has been held by this object. Okay, so now let us run it. there is an error. Conversion from str star to non-scalar type str requested. Okay. Let us use s only. Okay, so it is giving us the contents object-oriented programming. If we want to use this new operator, I think we have to use an asterisk here because this new is always returning an address. So here we need a pointer. And if you want to call display, now you will use this arrow operator instead of the dot operator. Now let us run it. Okay, so it is running fine now. So the main idea of this program is that whenever you allocate memory using the new operator, you should release that memory using the delete operator. Okay, so here we allocated memory inside this constructor, and this memory is not a part of any object of this class. It is outside this object of this class, so we need to explicitly release it, because when the object will be deleted automatically, here object is being created, and when the program will terminate, this object will be deleted automatically. The memory occupied by new will be released automatically by delete, but only the memory occupied by this object S1 will be released. And what memory this object S1 is occupying? It is only having one member char star p. That is the only memory it is occupying. It will be released, but the memory which we are allocating here using its constructor, it will never be released. Therefore, we explicitly release it here using this destructor. Okay, and at the end we can also delete this S1. Okay, so here we were allocating memory using new to S1, and here we are releasing this memory.